So, I welcome you all to pay a visit to Iran, which is a very nice country. Nice food. It's a paradise, of course. Nice food, culture, nice people, nice what?
Nice dishes.
Nice dishes. But, and there's a great but here. So I take it for granted that a lot of Western people have a very demonized picture of Iran country, and that's for so many political and unpolitical reasons. That's very understandable. But the world is changing, and we, the young people, should facilitate this process. For example, a lot of Western people, Americans as well as Europeans, think that Iran is a backward country. I've even heard that some people think that there are still camels. There's still camels on the street, and people go around with camels. That is totally ridiculous and totally that's a backward opinion. So I invite all my European friends, my American friends, to come to Iran and experience Iran and the Iranian lifestyle in person. I promise you it's going to be great. It's going to be a great experience because first of all, it's cheap in Iran. You have dollars and euros. You can do a lot of things right now thanks to the fact that our currency has lost its value in the world market.
Another reason for Europeans to come here and see Iran in person is the great culture that we have and the history that Iran has. And I think it's a very good experience for the Europeans. They can come here and see things firsthand and get to know the culture and the history and the great buildings that we have from those old years. You know, I think it would be a great experience. It would be good fun.
One more thing which might be interesting for a lot of Europeans and Americans is the fact that Iran, despite of so many reports that you hear, Iran is a very safe country. As my Polish friends were shocked by the fact that they could sleep in the park without worrying about their equipment or without worrying about a thief or a murderer just lurking around the park. So I promise you the one thing that's going to shock you, there's a lot of peace in Iran and safety. I'm talking about like lack of criminal acts in Tehran or in other cities. That's mainly because carrying any kind of weapon in Iran is totally illegal. Even like a knife of this size would make you go to jail. Guns are totally illegal in Iran. There's one thing that other countries should follow. Guns should be illegal and we should have more safety, especially in countries like Iran.
Besad has been talking about the stereotypes that we have heard about Iran. I think another stereotype that I've heard myself is that Iranian people are aggressive and it's not safe, as Besad said, but I think that it is totally incorrect, and people in Iran are really hospitable, they're really friendly, especially to tourists, and they welcome them with open arms. Even if there are criminals here or something like that, I think it's the same thing that we have in other countries. They're good people and they live together with bad people and the evil peoples that may exist in the society. But most of the people are really friendly and hospitable.
Another really interesting thing about Iranian population, especially the young people, is that they're so similar in terms of intellectual expectations to Western people, to Western young people, mainly because they've had modern education, modern liberal education. So this is going to shock you that when you see an Iranian, wow, he's so much like me. He watches the same films as I do. Right? He reads the same bestseller novels that I do, right? So, and you're gonna find a lot of grounds of commonality between yourselves and Iranians. This, I promise you, I guarantee you, especially like in big country, in big megalopolises like Tehran and Shiraz, you're gonna see people who think just the way that you do. They think that we should have more freedom. They think that we should have, I don't know, we should respect other people, other religions, and that is another thing about the Iranian people.
I think another reason that European people or people from different parts of the world should visit my country is that despite the fact that some people say Iranian people are not interested in having communication or interaction with the people from foreign countries, I think it's totally wrong again, and the people themselves are really interested in being with foreign people, having or establishing great relationships with them, and as I said before, that's why they're very much interested in being hospitable to their guests. The things that we hear, I think they're all political propaganda. The people themselves are are crazy actually about having good relationships with other countries.
Iran is a great country for those people who are really interested in knowing more about cultures and languages. For those language freaks and culture freaks and religion freaks, Iran is an ideal country. We have a great variety of ethnicities inside Iran itself. We have Arabs in the 1,000 parts of Iran. They're Arab, Shia Arabs as well as Sunni Arabs. We have Kurds in the western of Iran. We have Azeris and Turks in the northern part of Iran. We have Baluchis in the south of Iran, and each of them brings their own culture and language into this melting pot of a country. So for those of you who are really interested in knowing more about Middle Eastern cultures, Iran is a great country because it's not all about the Persian people. The Persian people, I mean, the originally Persian people just make half of the country at best, but the rest of the country is just ethnicities.
Another compelling reason for visiting Iran, I think, for different people from around the world is the dishes, special and local dishes that we have here, fruit and drinks. We've got local drinks. I think they're great. My Polish friends here tested قرمه سبزی and قیمه, and they told me that it was great. They really liked it, and I think European people and American people, they can easily come here and taste one of the best dishes from around the world.
This one reason is for those people who are living in Western countries, especially I'm talking about America, and they think that they're tired of their lives, and they think that they haven't made it. They're not good at anything. They think that they've reached the end of their lives, and I think this is one cultural stereotype about Western people, that they think if they cannot make it in here, in the peak, right at the peak of civilization, they cannot make it anywhere, and this is just an illusion. You shouldn't follow Samuel Johnson's sentence, a line of poetry which says, whoever which is tired, who is tired of London is tired of the world, and that is outrageously wrong. A lot of people in America who go through a depression, who would rather like kill their friends with a machine gun in high school. I think they could do better. First, take a tour around the world and see how people welcome you, and see that there are other cultures who might not be as selfish, as consumerist, as probably as your own culture. If you feel squeezed out, if you feel left out in your own country, maybe it's time for you to take a tour around the world, especially Eastern countries, and then come back to your country and then do whatever you like. But I promise you, if you do this, if you open up your horizons, you're gonna forget all about these depressions, these sense of meaninglessness that is overruling your life. So, for people who feel that they're squeezed out, who feel that they're totally depressed because of their society, Iran, again, is a great country for you to experience, because you're gonna find a lot of people who are ready to talk to you, share their philosophical views with you about life, death, afterlife, whatever you like, political, and then you're gonna feel released.